Remove the battery cover and install the batteries in the lock. On the 56-inch shelf, the catch installed on the inside of the front of the shelf will be upside down. This will need to be turned around. On the 20-inch and 38-inch shelves, the lock will not be installed and will need to be installed using the provided screws in the pre-drilled location on the shelf lid. Before you install the locks and close the shelf, test the lock using the provided access cards. If you accidentally latch the shelf closed before installing the batteries, you can temporarily power the lock using the port on the bottom of the shelf and the provided power cord. Using a stud finder, locate the studs on the wall in the area you want to install the shelf. The top edge of the wall plate will sit 3/8 of an inch down from the top edge of the shelf. For the 56-inch shelf, 4 studs is recommended. For the 36-inch shelf, 3 studs is recommended. And for the 20-inch shelf, 2 studs is recommended. The shelves can be installed on 1 fewer studs than recommended, but wall anchors will be needed to secure the ends of the wall plate. Attach the wall plate using the provided screws. The end of the wall plate will sit 1 inch in from the end of the shelf, and the top of the wall plate will sit 3/8 of an inch below the top of the shelf. Position one end at the desired location and height. Insert a screw through the top corresponding hole in the wall plate and loosely attach to the wall. Using a level and help from someone else, secure the plate to the stud at the other end of the shelf. Secure the wall plate to the remaining marked studs using both top and bottom holes. Make sure the screw heads sit flush or slightly recessed from the face of the wall plate so that the arms can slide across them. Slide the arms on from each end. The 56-inch and 38-inch shelves will have 4 arms each, and the 20-inch shelf will have 2. On the 56-inch shelf, the outside arms will be 2 inches in from the edge of the wall plate, and the inside arms will be 18 inches in from the outside arms. On the 38-inch shelf, the outside arms will be 1.5 inches from the edge of the wall plate, and the inside arms will be 15 inches from the outside arms. On the 20-inch shelf, the arms will be 1.5 inches from the edge of the wall plate. With help from someone, lift the shelf up to the arms and position one of the outside arms into the corresponding opening on the back of the shelf. Adjust each of the remaining arms until the shelf slides onto all of them and all the way to the wall. Pull the shelf back off about 2 inches. Have someone support the weight of the shelf so that it is not resting on the arms, and tighten the arms to the wall plate using a 7/16 open-end wrench. Using a 9/64 hex wrench, tighten the shelf retainer that is installed on the back of the shelf onto the wall plate. This is accessible through the gap between the drop-down shelf and the wall. It may be necessary to slightly lift the front of the shelf to fully tighten the retainer. Open the shelf to check the open angle of the shelf. The open angle of the shelf can be changed by releasing the gas struts from the bracket using a thin flathead screwdriver and adjusting the position of the bracket. Loosen the bracket screws using a Phillips head screwdriver. Fully extend the gas strut and hold it to the ball mount on the bracket. Move the shelf to the desired angle and note the screw positioning in comparison to the marks on the bracket plate. Be careful not to compress the gas strut as this will affect the final open angle. Tighten the accessible screw, move the gas strut out of the way, and tighten the second screw. Now press the gas strut back onto the bracket and check the open angle. Once you're satisfied with the open angle, repeat on the second side. Install the foam insert. We recommend making any desired cutout in the foam insert before installing it into the shelf. The foam has an adhesive backing and it can be difficult to remove the cutout section after it has been adhered to the shelf.